Geology, geology, geology. This is Daniel Minizini, your inquisitive geologist, and we're going to have another program of a mini geology show where we put in connection our beloved geology with society at large. And today we have with us the president of the Geological Society of Spain, Ana Alonso Zarza. Welcome, Ana.
Good afternoon. How are you?
Ana, how are you doing? First of all, where are you?
Well, I'm in Madrid. I'm at home, as most of the people in Spain. We are at home, and we work at home, and I think I'm fine. This is a chance to work a little bit at home, to be a little bit more relaxed, and to enjoy our houses that we usually don't do it. So I'm happy with this.
Certainly, the coronavirus is still creating a situation for everybody. So mini geology is today with a video. We are still trying to improve. We're going to see us a little bit pixelated, a little bit kind of an impressionist picture. But here we are trying to reach the geological community and talk a little bit about pieces and groups of geologists that are around the world. What is the role of the Geological Society of Spain?
Well, the Geological Society, in this time, depends on the activities that we should have by the period of the year. And this year, in May, we have one of the main events of Geological Society, that is GEOLODIA, GEOLODIA, the Day of Geology. And this is what we are trying to arrange, because we used to do one field trip in every of the different Spanish provinces, that are 50 provinces and 6 additional field trips. So every year we have in May 56 field trips open to everybody, not geologists, just to divulgate knowledge of geology. And it is done in the field, so we cannot do that this year. And the organizer were trying to prepare all the information to make the guides and everything. We put everything in the web, but this year is not possible. So what we are trying is to make videos of the field trips to put in the website of the Geological Society, just especially for those days that are 9th and 10th of May. So the people is working, trying to do out different geologia, different geology. But I think it is good because many people, we are not used to do that. So we are pushing people doing this, and the rest of the people will see that it is worth doing, and probably we will get more used to do that, and we will have more information on geology in videos that are open to the people. So at the end, I think that will be very good.
Yes, you're probably gonna expand your audience, and you're gonna have a different tool that you can use if probably in the future it's raining, or you can also involve geologists with disabilities that they can go there, or people that they can travel. Very good idea. So I'm gonna sum up this very interesting thing that you are doing, because I was reading in your website about this we would call Geology Day. So is a funny spoonerism where you say Geolodia, like the day of geology. And that I understand that it consists in 55 contemporaneous field trips that are spread, as you said, in all the country. They are open to the general audience in order to show what is geology and why it is useful to the society at large. So I'm really impressed with this activity, because we at Mini Geology, we talk about the relationship between geology and society at large. And the nice thing is that these 55 contemporaneous field trips, they are all of them free. And I read that you have up to 9,000 people that they register every year to go in these filters, which, by the way, they are led by professional geologists. So tell us, how did you end up, you of Geological Society, with this idea?
I can tell the whole history. Geologia started in 2005 in Teruel, which is a province of Spain with very few people, but very good geology there. So two colleagues from Teruel started the idea of Geolodia, and they started only in that province, in Teruel. And it was a Sunday in July. And later on, some other provinces joined the idea, like our Guadalajara or Alicante, maybe 5 provinces more. And then in the Geological Society, the organization decided that it would be good that the Geological Society of Spain took up the idea to expand it all over the country. And it was in 2010. So in 2010, the Geological Society took the idea and started to organize Geolodia all over the country. In 2010, we had 35 field trips, but it was quite good, and about 5,000 people. And since there, we have had Geolodia since 2010 in every of the provinces, and more in the island. And the number of assistants keeps between 9,000 and 10,000. And it's also very good to know the amount of people that participate as professional or as a student leading the field trip. So to have so many people, we have about 600 people monitoring the field trips in the different places. No, 600 volunteers doing that all for free. And also we have many organizations involved that help us with some money. The money is never enough, but we manage. And there are some like local villages, even small villages. They, for example, they give the lands for the organization of if they have to spend the night there, they look for places in order that people can stay there overnight. So they are very, very nice people because we relate very well with the local people. And this is also very important because the local people realizes that what they have is important, they feel in their area. My main role is to coordinate everything. I mean, to coordinate, trying to get the funds from different places to ask for money. Also to look for the organization of the different field trips, because it's a good relationship. So who is doing this year Madrid, who is doing this year Barcelona. So we are a group, and I'm kind of leading all the group, trying to look for all the people. And what else? We decide the format, we decide how the guide has to be done, because we have a guide of any of the field trips to maintain a kind of format that everyone can be similar. We look how to improve the website because it's new from the last year. So yeah, I do a lot of things, really.
What's the audience? Who are the people? There's thousands of people that they show up. Are they professionals? Are they geologists? Or are they like common people? Are they young or are they old?
Most are common people. We have some geologists because, you always like to learn more and to see your colleagues. But I think the amount of geologists that attend Geolodia, apart from the organizer, maybe less than 5%, because it's not at high level. So it's and some field trips have more than 1,000 people. So it's a lot of people. In many of them, there are 300 people. In Alicante, they have 1,000 or 1,000 more people. So it's really a lot of people there in the different places. So it's not for specialists. So we have normal people, and normal people middle age. I mean, between 40 and 55 years is the more common audience we have.
And I bet you have been in some or many of those field trips with the people. What do people ask you? What are the questions of the people?
The people ask everything. They want to know about geology, and they don't know whom to ask. So everything. They ask a lot about earthquakes, volcanoes, climatic change. This rock I have is useful. How was it made? And they bring different type of objects, even bricks or whatever, and they ask, what is this? How this form? So they ask everything. Even if Some of the field trips are, for example, related to volcanic rocks in the Canary Islands, but they ask there anything about fossils. Fossils, they like fossils very much, or different type of minerals also. They ask anything.
What is your idea? How do you judge, if you will, the understanding of geology of laymen and common people? Is something like super basic, or maybe people they don't even have the basics, or are we doing well? How do you see the society in relationship of their knowledge with geology?
We every year we do a questionnaire, so we know what they think and if it improves or not. Most of them say that they have very little idea of geology because, well, as in many other countries, geology in education is not enough. Let's see that it is not enough. So they don't have many ideas, and the thing is that they get surprised by the thing they can understand in the field if they have someone that explains them something. They get impressed if you show them a fault and a fault plane, and they really, that was a fault. I never understood what was that. So they really see the things and they enjoy it very much. And we ask if they have, if Geolodia has improved their knowledge of the perception they have about geologists, and they say yes. Now I know what they are, what they're doing, and that this is useful.
And Ana, we're in conversation with Ana Alonso Zarza, the president of the Geological Society of Spain. She's in Madrid right now. Ana is talking about the Geology Day in Spain, and where the Geological Society brings thousands of people out in the middle of the outcrops to show the beautiful geology of Spain and explaining why it is useful. I see, Ana, in the website of Geolodia that you have the icon of the Ministry of Science of Spain. What does it mean? That you get support from the government?
Yeah, we have some support from the government because the government has some project for divulgation of science. So the society has applied for some money to support Geolodia, and usually we get some. What we got from the government covers about 30% of the cost of Geolodia, but it is very important.
How much is in a bulk number the cost of this fantastic experience that you do a couple of days per year?
If we calculate without adding the salaries of the people, because everything is voluntary, is about 100,000 euros.
And where do you get the other 2/3 of the funding?
Some third by different organizations. The Geological Survey of Spain helps a little bit. International Association of Sedimentologists help a little bit. Repsol helps a little bit. National Park helps a little bit. The Council of Research helps a little bit. And with this, from the central organization, because we have a kind of central organization and then the provinces. And with that, the central organization gets about 50% of the budget. And then 50%, every province gets money from their universities or local governments or towns or villages or whatever. So the money comes from many different places.
And what is the most expensive thing in this Geolodia?
The buses, because sometimes or many of the field trips are with buses and they are free. We don't charge anything. So the buses are really the more expensive thing.
Okay, so we need to find a sponsor in the bus transportation system.
Yeah. This is what is more expensive, the buses, and well, we have to arrange the web page, for example, that was new last year, so it cost a lot, or to print the field trip, because we gave the field trip for free. Also communication, we invest some part of the money in doing good communication or making the videos. Let's see what else.
Tell us, Anna, a little bit more about communication. How do you reach out to people, especially at the very beginning when nobody knows about geology and maybe you struggle to send the message and reach out?
The people because it is very near to villages or small cities, it is easy to get involved, the people from the villages. So it's like one tells to the other, tomorrow there will be a field trip. We don't know what are they doing, but it is free. Let's go. So it is important that it is free. And now more of 50% of the people that come 1 year to Geolodia repeat the following year. So we have 50% of the people new and 50% that they repeat Geolodia. So now some people know that it is because we keep the dates every year in May. So they know that the following year they have Geolodia and they book the place or whatever.
Anna, have you ever thought about inviting like the Minister of Science or somebody that can be an ambassador to geology? You could invite him to go to the field and see the rocks.
We have tried, and we have actually invited the president of the Council of Research last year, but that day she couldn't come. The problem we have is that we have to solve so many little things that sometimes we don't have time to do the big things. You know, we have to look for the safest for the organization, for the guys, for the money for the buses, for many things that are small things that complete Geolodia, and that take so much time that we at the end we have no time to do big things like to reach the ministry.
I see.
But 2 years ago, 2 or 3, we have a person who takes care of the communication of Geolodia. After the Council of Ministry in the government, how to say portavoz, the ministry who speaks to the people, to inform the people.
Yeah.
After one Council of Ministers, this ministry used to recommend activities to people, you know. So in this press, ¿cómo se dice? Rueda de prensa, press.
Yes. A press release.
This ministry recommended Geolodia for the weekend. So we were very proud that we went there.
Yes, get it up. This, I remember in here, we were lucky having the Minister of Science of Spain, Pedro Duque, came here. He was an astronaut, and so it was very easy to talk with him as scientist to scientist instead of scientist to politician. And I remember I asked him, what is the most important thing about science in a country, like being a minister? What do you expect from science? And he told me something unexpected to me. He told me, we expect from science to create jobs. We don't have in Spain a workflow where you are a good, excellent scientist, and then you create a company and you create jobs also. It was fascinating, that answer. What do you think about it?
Yeah, he's great, but we have not yet had the chance. And now we have the coronavirus, so we have not been able to communicate, Pedro Duque, but maybe we will do sometime, not this year, because, this year is very complicated, everything.
Tell us a couple of field trips.
Usually the field trips cover everything. I mean, depends on the region. There are field trips that are more on structural geology. Maybe if you go to the south Spain or the big some in Granada have been devoted to the Granada fault. Or if you go to the Pyrenees, for example. Some other are more focused on fossils. If you go to Mesozoic deposits. There are some others that are done in the cities or in the town to look at the building materials. And for example, this year, the Madrid will be focusing in the building materials in Madrid. And some others are to see sedimentation environment, or for example, water-related aspects like hydrogeology, lakes, rivers, whatever. Also, some of them on, well, all of them cover geological heritage, but some of them specifically focus on geoparks and these sort of things, because you know that Spain is the second country with more geoparks, UNESCO geoparks in the world after China.
Tell us, what is the most famous geopark in Spain?
Yeah, we have 15 officially UNESCO global geoparks. One is, which is very, very famous, Basque Coast. We have the fleece, and they have hundreds of meters of fleece deposit, and they speak like the pages of a book, and it is very famous, and they do very, very good communication.
Oh, this is in the north of Spain, in the northern coast of Spain.
Yes, and then there is another that is in the central Spain, looking at the old rocks from the Precambrian and Paleozoic, that is Ibores, Villuercas Ibores Jara, with beautiful outcrops, a lot of trilobites, structural geologies, and many things. Yeah, there are many.
Anna, I would like to ask you now more broadly about the status of the Geological Society of Spain. So if you were a doctor and the Geological Society of Spain was a patient, how would you describe the patient?
We are about 1,000 members. We hope to be more. We do, I mean, like most of the Geological Society, but we have less money and we are new because the Geological Society started in 1985. We do three publications. One is the Journal of the Geological Society of Spain, and the other is called GeoGaceta, which GeoGaceta is based in scientific session of the Geological Society, and we have two general scientific sessions per year. And these sessions are published in this journal with papers of 4 pages, short papers. And this is quite nice because people from different specialties or specialization goes there. And it is supposed we have the next one in May, and we will change also the format to make it online. So we cannot. So we have the journal of the journal GeoGaceta. We organize a geological meeting, but every 4 years. And this year in July we should have the meeting, but we are not. We don't know yet what we are doing with the meeting. That should be in the first week of July. So I think we do what more geological societies do.
And is the so is a new society? You said 1985 was founded.
Yes.
And you have 1,000 members. What's happening with the memberships? Do you see an increase or a decrease in the last few years, or is stable?
It is stable, more or less, and we keep it stable because the people who founded the society is almost retiring. So the people from these ages. And because of the crisis, many of the geologists, I don't know in the States, but in Spain, they have not found good jobs. So people who make the PhD in Spain, some of them are without work or they are out of Spain. So they have not been incorporated as they should at the work. So they are not going to pay the Geological Society because they don't have a proper job. So we are having this type of problem.
Yeah, what are the main jobs of the members, the ones that are employed?
I think most of the members work in universities or in the geological survey or in research center. There are others who work in companies. And also now, because of dissemination of geology, there are a group of young people that belong to the society and they have their own companies to do geotourism. It's also a key point. They have their own job. They create their own jobs to survive. And
yeah, self-employed to show the geology, doing a little bit what you do in geology, in Geolodia, but for profit. So I understand that the Geological Society of Spain is leaning more on the academics than on the industry. What is the relationship with the industry in Spain?
Oof, how to say? This is a very difficult question. We have people working at the industry, but you know, in Spain, we have the Geological Society, which is like more scientific, with less economic interest in a way, and we have the professional Colegio of Geólogos, which is more industrial based.
What is the relationship between these two groups? Do you talk or there are no bridges?
Sometimes we talk, sometimes we don't.
Yeah, in this moment of crisis, maybe this is the moment where we should lend a hand and maybe come together. Societies, the local societies, not only national ones, they are struggling, and maybe clustering them together could be a solution.
It would be good, but you know, the aim is a little bit different. You know, in a way, we are not, how to say, we are really independent of business.
I understand that, but for sure, just the fact that being a geologist, there's a common ground, and maybe building on that common ground. I give you an example, like the several societies that exist in the world. Many of them they are American-centric, like AGU or GSA or AAPG. They all stay under the umbrella of the American Geoscience Institute. And there are completely different goals of the society. Some is more environmentalist, some are more oil and gas industry driven, but they are still all geoscience. And so they can be in an umbrella and be represented with one voice. When there is something to say, you may have a megaphone in your hand if you have somebody above.
Well, we do many things together. For example, trying to get more geology or in different geology in education. So we join to go to the ministry to ask for something. So in many things we join and we do things together. If we have to complain or something, also. There are many things we do together, but we keep separated some of the parts. They started before. They started the first geological meeting in Spain, and then they passed the geological meeting to the Geological Society because they thought that the meetings were more scientific. And from there, the Geological Society organizes the geological meeting. So there is a kind of agreement of what one does and what the other. They have more medium, I think, than we do.
And if you had to convince a potential geologist to become a member, what would you say to that person? How can you persuade a geologist to become a member of the Geological Society of Spain?
Well, I think there are two reasons. One is what he can contribute to geology and what the society can contribute to them. So we do this thing, it's not only what it is for you, but what you do for geology. So the society contributes people because they make like an organization to help to publish the paper, to go to the first meeting, the scientific session is usually the first time that the students go and present their papers there. because the atmosphere is very good. So we have all the publication. They can participate, of course, in Geolodia. They can have the meetings. And we have a lot of commissions that work. We have the tectonic commission, marine geology, sedimentary geology. We have 9 or 10 commissions. Some of them are specific of any subject of geology, but some of them are very open. So we have a commission on geological heritage that is open to any specialty, and we have a great commission that is the Women Commission, and this is great because it helps women and it helps to that the people see what women geologists are doing, that it is a lot. So there are many things that one can have from the societies, general things and specific things. But I also think that it is important that as a geologist, that we are few and we need geology to be important. If we contribute to the society, we are contributing to make geology more important and to help geology to do things.
Talking more specifically about what to do, what is the role that you as a president of the society, do you have a holistic view? What's the role of the geologists today in Spain?
I think we have to take in consideration the basic geology. I mean, they're looking for the resources like metals or all type of ore mineral, building materials. All this is necessary. And I think that as geologists, we have to insist that we need these resources and we know how to exploit them in a more sustainable way. So we have to do something on that. We have to convince the people that we need the oil and we need everything, but we have to exploit them well, without risk. You know, this is one question. We need the resources. The other thing is environmental geology, of course, and how we build our cities. Where do we build them? Is it risky or not? And also all things related with geological and natural risk, like earthquakes, volcanoes, and, for example, floodings that because of climatic change are becoming more important. So there are very good groups in Spain of geologists working in this type of risk. And, well, in a way, how to prevent. We know more and we have to better know how to build things and where to build things. So this is a role of geologists that we have to do. We have to do now. We have a role also in the preservation of our geological heritage and also to use it as a profit in a way that is sustainable for the planet. I mean, we can get field trips or visit to places that they have no resources because they are in the middle of Spain and there is nothing. But their geology can be something that it is useful for them. They have small houses that they can go to spend one night, local food related to geology. Why not? So this is also another role of geologists. And why not to see what's happening with the Anthropocene? I mean, there we have an important role. It doesn't matter if the Anthropocene is accepted or not, but as a geologist, we have to have a view that we are changing the planet, that the planet will survive us. And we have to show that to the people. I mean, some of the messages that are given for me, they are not correct. We are not trying to save the planet because the planet is safe anyway. What it is not is the way we live in the planet. So I think if we change the message, probably more people will change the way or try to change something of the way of living. And this, we know that there were so many big extinctions in the past, and many inhabitants of the earth disappeared, but the earth is here. So we are now in a similar situation. We have to use that argument to convince the people that we are in a critical situation.
Anna, do you have the possibility to influence the policymakers as part of the Geological Society of Spain?
No, not too much, really. Not too much. However, there is association of geological societies, and sometimes the government asks this association of scientific societies, and we are one of the associations that we go there and we tell the things from our point of view. And sometimes they hear us, and sometimes they don't. I mean, we are not a lobby yet.
Are you planning to become a lobby?
We should be a lobby. It would be good, but it is difficult. I mean, the first thing we have to go is to have geology in the media. I mean, I don't know in the state, but we are so used to be documentaries on biology, on history, or whatever. We have very, very little documentaries on geology. So we need to see geology on the media so the people know what is this. And probably if they know what they do, that will be easier. But really, they don't know much about that.
Talking about the media, Anna, I was surprised to discover that I had an article set aside about minerals that I found in the most popular newspaper of Spain, El País. And then I read the article and I saw that you wrote part of that article, and I didn't know that you were the president of the Geological Society of Spain. So I'm very glad now that you are here. And I would like to ask you, that article was about the minerals and their beauty and the curiosities that could attract the society at large. So in a way, you were involved in an article in the main newspaper of the country. How did you do it?
How to say that this is a reflect of another article? Because we have I can tell the story. In the Geological Society now we are trying to work on communication. So in November we had another scientific session, and in that scientific session we got a journalist from El País visiting the scientific session and visiting the lithoteca. I don't know how to say in English, a place that you store rocks, but they are organized, okay? And this place belongs to the Geological Survey of Spain. So we collaborate, the Geological Society and the Geological Survey, in that meeting. And the journalist from El País came to visit us. So we saw him the lithoteca, and we got a whole page in El País about La Lithoteca first in November. So this journalist was the same that wrote the paper on the minerals, and he had been in the La Lithoteca writing the first paper. So this is why I was there. I didn't know that I was going to be there, you know. But it is true that we are trying to do a lot of communication, and we are little by little getting that some journalists know more us, and so it is easy. It is not still easy, but better than before to have something in El País, especially in, well, many of the journals have a science section, and El País have a very good one.
Did you have any feedback after those articles came out?
You mean for the people? From the feedback of the minerals, I don't know, because I was totally secondary there. I mean, I was there because for my chance. But from the other, yes, because very few people knew that we have lithotech, and they were impressed about what it was, because everything is organized there, all the course, and you can apply and go there, all the information. And really the article was very nice and very, very well written. We got my team the last page of El País, speaking about some rocks that we have worked on. The last page, you know, It was fantastic.
That is great. That cost a lot of money if you want to do commercials in the last page of the paper.
Yeah. So we got the last page in Christmas. So we are trying to do things, and the thing is that they have to see geologists and geologists as not boring people. You know, sometimes we have to change our message.
Anna, what would be the moonshot? What is the dream about communication? What should be done if you had the means to materialize it?
I would think how to say, a weekly program on TV1 on geology. That would be fantastic. We had in Spain 40 years ago a program called Man on the Earth, most focusing on animals by Felix Rodriguez de la Fuente. I don't know you. And the other day I was thinking, the program is called El Hombre y la Tierra. But what about the Earth? There are animals, you know? Sorry about that. But we have to do something to show more things about geology. Like, Ian Stewart from United Kingdom, he's done a very good documentaries.
You said Ian Stewart?
Yeah, Ian Stewart, yeah. Something like that in every country that would be fine, you know.
So Anna, now that you described the situation and your aims of the society, what would you say to a student that is enrolled in the Department of Earth Science or Geology and is studying and maybe has to specialize or decide in which direction to go? What would you suggest to these students or maybe PhD students?
I would suggest that she or he do whatever she likes. That's it. If you like something, you will get whatever. If you don't like, nothing. So you have to do what you like, and then you will find your way. There is no better specialty in geology than other. But what it is important is to have an open mind. And not to think that what you do is the more important thing. I work in continental limestone. This is the only important thing. No. There are many things that are important and all together make geology. So anything is good. And if you like it, you will do it very well. So do whatever you like with an open mind.
Anna, what about a message for the geologists from Spain that, as you say, they had to emigrate in order to have a proper job, maybe a job related to geology? What is your message for them?
I mean, this is the worst thing in Spain because we have lost many of the people. Most of the students, they have done the PhD with me, they are not here. So I cannot say anything, just to cheer them up and try to do as best as they can there. And we don't know if they will be able to come back. No idea. And especially with the virus, everything will get more difficult.
So Italy and Spain, they have been hit very badly with the coronavirus, and we talked about this a couple of episodes ago. I would like to know from the president of the Geological Society of Spain, how is the geological community doing during this coronavirus situation?
Many people are working at home. Some of the people are doing research. I think they are using this time to write the papers, to look for some more data, also to connect with foreign colleagues that are doing research. But of course, they cannot do field work and they cannot work in the laboratories. So most of the job is like what can be done at home with a computer. That in some cases it's okay, it's not too bad. And people are teaching in the universities. We have arranged a system to do the classes by, like here for Skype or video teaching. and it is working also quite well. So the students come to the conferences and they hear, and we have a chat, and they send us the exercises or the field work they've been doing before and everything. So it is not totally stopped, but of course the field work cannot be done. Some teaching online. We didn't have any idea of that, as probably what we are doing now in Skype, but it's similar. So the university has provided us a system to do the teaching online. So we can do video conferences with the students. So we connect at the same teaching time that the normal timetable. We connect at the computer there at their home, and we do the teaching. Well, it's not the same, but it's quite close.
What do you think? What do you think the students about this teaching online?
Well, there are kind of two types of teaching online. There are one, like the one I'm doing, that is just respect the timetable they have to do the teaching. And other colleagues, what they do is that they record the conferences and they put in the website of the university, so they can get the talk at any time. Well, there are two different. It's the same, but if you have a timetable, you know that they will be there, so you can interact better with them because we are all at the same time doing the same thing.
Anna, we still have some minutes, and this is a program that is owned by the community, so it is also your program, and you have the mic and the camera right now. You have a couple of minutes to shout out and express the messages that you didn't express during the interview. So the camera is yours.
I don't know what to say really, but I would invite you to come to Geologia this year because you can come very easily. So look on YouTube our videos on the 9th and 10th of May. Maybe they are not perfect, but they are done with the best of our heart because it's the possibilities we have. So look at the videos and then you will see how good is the geology of Spain and also the geologists in Spain. And also you can come to visit us, of course. And what we really would like is to join more countries in Geolodia. So also it's an open invitation to coordinate a Geolodia between Spain and the States. Why not? So this is another thing that we can plan. And that's it. So many things. And think about the Anthropocene. Why not?
Very good. I'll think it over how to work out this brotherhood or sisterhood in between Spain and the US for Geolodia in order to have a field trip, a satellite out of Spain, and try to involve more people. We're all the same community, and geologists, they follow the same laws. And
also in the States, in many parts we have similar weather, similar climatic conditions. So maybe we can do one Geolodia at the same time, even if it is only one, you know, or two in the States. And we join with all in Spain. That would be so good, you know, to have all the same time. So let's try it.
Very good. And then we connect online, live from two different continents.
Everything. And we can organize one field trip together in a video. Why not? You know?
Of course.
That would be so good.
Well, thank you so much, Ana Alonso Zarza, President of the Geological Society of Spain. I'm so glad that you connect with us and you show us the reality of geology in Spain, so badly hit by the coronavirus right now. We wish you well, to you and all the community. The viewers, they can see this interview in minigeology.com, which is a YouTube channel. You can write me at minigeology at gmail.com. You can propose who to interview or which topics to tackle, and so forth. We're gonna grow together, moving platforms. Now we change from the radio to the video conference and pre-recording them. I hope we go live again, which is very beautiful to go live and receive your phone calls. Thank you very much. This is Daniel Minizini, your inquisitive geologist, and this was another episode of Mini Geology.
Thank you for inviting me. I really enjoy it. So I can come another day, no problem. Thank you.